and welcome to another Scottish mountain walking guide. Today's walk starts from the Spittal of Glenshee and includes Glas Tulaichean Càrn. There are a couple of options for the walk and a choice of parking. There is a free car park at the Spittal of Glenshee, or you can pay to park at the Munros I hotel, which will save you a total distance of 3.6 kilometres. You can walk a circular route of around 26.5 kilometres, or you can mountain bike a rough farm track for around 8 kilometres and then walk a 13.5 kilometre route and then cycle back out. This is what I did. I've included links to both routes in the description. The walk is mostly easy to navigate. Some sections do not have a path. There is no scrambling or exposure along the route. The free car park has no height restrictions. You can fit around 10 vehicles. There is no overnight parking or camping permitted. It is a 2-hour drive from both Glasgow and Edinburgh. Starting from the free car park, head southeast, back out the road that you drove in on. Turn left at the junction and then left again after crossing the bridge. Follow this gravel farmer's track for around 7.5 kilometres. For the most part, it runs alongside the stream here, occasionally crossing some small streams that join from your right. This is the point where I left my bike, a little bit before the large stream crossing here. The farm track itself continues to go on, but the walker's path leaves it at this point here. Continue up the path on the right hand side of the stream. It starts to get a bit steeper here. The turn off to the left shown here is not clear. There is no marker cairn at the start of the path that goes off to the left. There are faint signs of a path, but it is difficult to follow. Continue west until you reach the Bealach here and join the ridge that leads up to the summit of Glas Tulaichean. Once you join the ridge, the path is clear and there are no difficulties walking up to the summit. From the summit, head west to join a clear gravel track and then start to descend in a northwest direction following that track. It'll then start to level off, and at this point you want to leave the track and head northwest. If it's a clear day, you should be heading straight to the summit of Càrn ahead. It's an easy descent down this section, there is no path. As you descend, you're aiming to keep to the left of this peat bog section shown here. Once you pass the peat bog, then you're going to head more north-northwest, where you can descend and join a faint path after you cross the stream at this point. Continue to head northwest and join the main path here, then turn left and follow a clear path. As you get closer to the summit, the path splits and fades away from time to time, but there is a reasonably large cairn and a windbreak at the cairn, so it's easy to find the summit. From the summit, retrace your steps back down the path, continue on past the point you joined the path earlier, and at any junctions in the path, keep to the right hand side. You're heading towards this small loch here, and as you get closer to it, the path is a bit softer and boggier. It then starts to rise up as you go around the edge of the loch, and then you cross a small stream that flows out of the loch, and then turn right, follow the path down on the east side of the stream. And from here, it is a straight path all the way down back to the bike, and then an easy cycle following the gravel road all the way back down to Spittal of Glenshee. Once you get to the Spittal of Glenshee, turn right at the road, and then right again after you've crossed the bridge to return back to the car park. Good morning, it's 7:45. I'm at the Spittal of Glenshee Walker Car Park. I'm going to do a bike and hike today. If you're walking to do these two Munros, you just go straight ahead there. If you're cycling, you want to go back out to the entrance of the Munros I estate, turn left, go over the bridge and then take the next left. So once you cross over this bridge, take that next road on the left. Looking across to the Munros I hotel, the walker's path takes you up to the hotel. So we'll just keep going up the valley now. It's quite a windy day today. There's about 1.5 kilometres left to cycle along this track before it gets to the end of the gravel road, and probably too steep for me to cycle. Glas Tulaichean is just up there, out of sight, but you can see the ridge that I'm going to walk along to get to the summit. It's that ridge there. I'm almost at the end of the gravel track. It turned into a grass path, quite heavy going with a mountain bike with fat tyres. Saw this mossy rock, so I've just put my bike here. Just continue to follow this gravel track, and then it changes onto a path. It goes up the right hand side of the stream you can see ahead. Gravel track actually goes back across the stream, so you want to just turn off to your right when you see this. There's a small cairn there and a faint path. So now it's a simple case of following this up until we turn off to the left. You follow this for about 1.5 kilometres before turning off to the left. Before that little top that's right in the centre of frame, we go up to the left in front of that. You come up this little steep section, path is good, and just ahead there should be a turn on the left. It's not very obvious. I've double checked the GPS and the OS map, and it seems the path goes up there. So we'll just follow that up, see if it gets any clearer. This is a very faint to non-existent path. As long as I keep going straight ahead, I want to join the ridge you can see in the distance. So up and over the top of this little hill ahead, and straight on. Not quite on the path. Need to head straight ahead to the lowest point in the B-lac between the summit over there and this top here on my right. Just ahead I'm joining a more defined path, so follow this to the left and it'll just take you up along this ridge line to the summit. You can now see Càrn and Rìgh over in the distance there. Almost there. At the summit of Glas Tulaichean. Fairly windy. From here I'm going to head west. You can see the track ahead, descend down off the mountain a bit, and then we'll curve round to the right and head for the next top. I've just descended from the summit down this track. Now that it's starting to level off, I want to turn to my right. I'm going to go over the edge here, keeping to the left hand side of a peat bog that's down below us. And then once you get past the peat bog, you'll turn a little bit more to the right and head across to the path on the opposite side. And you can see there's a little beelac over there, just in the centre of the frame. So I'm going to head for that low point in the path. Join the path on the other side and then go up to the left, up to the summit. It's not too steep a descent. You can see that peat bog I mentioned. We're just going to keep to the left hand side, so straight ahead. You can see the sandy banks on the river down there, and then on the opposite side there's a bit of a scree path going up through the heather, just right in the centre of the frame. And then that takes you up onto the path. Very easy descent down there, just passing the peat bog. We're going to head straight ahead and then back up the other side. Easy enough to cross the stream there. I just head up this heather bit. I'm on this beelac and I've joined back up to the main walking path. So turn left and then just follow this to the summit. It'll bend up to the right along the ridge. Once you reach this rocky section, you've got about 100 metres of ascent and half a kilometre of distance to the summit. The path seems fairly clear to follow from here. At the summit of Càrn and Rìgh. It's not bad at the summit if you're out of the wind, but once you stand up it's pretty strong and quite cold. So from the summit you're going to retrace your steps heading east and just way back down this track. We actually go down along the side of that hillside you can see over there on the right hand side. You go down and that, if I zoom in, that little top was the one at the top of the valley when I was ascending up the way. We're going to go round that on the left hand side, come to a little lock-in and then turn to the right. But let's get off the top and out of the wind. The big mountain over there is Ben aglow. Getting a bit more sunshine than we are. And then looking over there to the Càrn Gardens. It's the highest point there, I'm pretty sure it's pretty big today. Oh, it is cold standing up. So I'll head off this way. See where the path goes straight ahead, it then curves round to the left. You can see a number of paths splitting off down there. So we want to take the one that's on the right, the one right in centre screen. So you're going down the right, and then that goes along the hillside there. You can see it going all the way down. Clear path, you just follow that all the way down to the lock-in ahead. So up ahead where the path splits, just keep to the right, which is effectively walking straight ahead when you're on the path down there. The path did split back there, I never noticed it. So there's a lower path which I'm on, and there was another walker going along slightly higher up in the hillside here. They both take you to the same place. This last section as we come up to the lock-in, it's quite peaty and boggy. You just have to navigate your way around the wettest parts. At this point you cross that little stream and follow the path down on the opposite side. It's the same path that we walked in on earlier. Just follow that down to get back to where the bike is. I'm back at the point where I left the path earlier this morning to go up Glas Tulaichean. So now it is retrace my steps all the way back down, pick up the bike and cycle out back to the van. It's a really nice little valley to walk up with the water, and it gives you a bit of protection from the wind. And back down at the gravel road, just follow this to the left and it'll take you all the way down to Spittal of Glenshee. I'm back at the bike, I'll get my stuff packed up and start cycling out. Gentle downhill cycle, hopefully it's a bit easier than on the way in. If you're walking, there's the bridge to go back to the hotel, then you can walk out from there. That's me back at the walkers car park. 7 hours and 10 minutes since leaving. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, I look forward to showing you more in the next one, and bye for now.